All right, so we're just jamming here on the bass. Just taking a look at some fun things you can do, right? So if we got a trill, right, you can take that and pull it to the open, like that. So you get these things, so you can start to move them around. Right. So you can. Use this kind of fingering here too, where with one finger I can just get going, right? You know, any string. It's that kind of thing, right? But then you also want to get going with it with two fingers there, where you can just really like. If I start mixing that in with the trill technique of moving around, then we have this. Right, this whole kind of effect. You know? Sorry, this thing's got clicky pickups. You also want to get used to things like running your scales, running your modes and stuff, so I might just take my... And just playing around and using them, obviously, but... About using these opens anytime you have them too. This is a really cool thing to do. So we can, right, I was doing a lot of that with the opens. You can also think about it if we're tapping here. So I might get going with some of this stuff and just use some tapping here too. So this kind of tapping stuff you want to do where I'm using my open, so I can maybe hit the 12 and come back to open, and then over here I can do my 5 and 7, right? So this is one good thing to practice, like that. So then you just keep it going. As you get used to it, then you can start moving it down. I'm just going to use my G minor scale here. Alright, so I just move my right hand down one. I can move my left fretboard hand down one as well. Think about moving one of them. You know, we're moving both of them together. So this is just some fun things that you can think about playing around with. If you can work on getting this going pretty quickly too, where you can, so I'm just literally going G to D to A there. It's just some fun stuff you can sit there and play around with. If you know how to move your thirds around in scale. I was just using the A minor there. Using the open A with it. Moving these thirds around. Right, so you can do all these fun things, or you can do any kind of form of triads you want to throw in there. Do all that kind of stuff too. lot of guys don't play with their pinkies, but I do personally, so I might, like, especially, this is just a 4-string, but if I'm playing on my 5-string, I might use this for my higher one. It's good to go ahead and just train all your fingers, in my opinion. That's what I did with myself. Now you can see, like, if I'm just going to gallop or something like that, I'm still just going to use my pointer in middle there, right? All that kind of stuff. Yeah, so there's all this fun stuff you can do, obviously, but a lot of this stuff I'm doing is like kind of just getting going quickly. Fun techniques too, where I can just double pull off, essentially, right? Pull off, and then every time I put it back down here, I'm going to pick, right? And then we can move these around our scale, and fun stuff like that, right? You can also do these kind of things from like the open. Hammer-ons or pull-offs. So those are just hammer-ons. Right, so that's just fun stuff you can do there. But yeah, just play. Really, what you should get down is get down your modes, your major and minor scale modes, and get down your triads and understand how to move those around in scale. All this stuff, right? E minor, D major, right? All your triads here, your different forms. Like I said, triads of root, third, and fifth. Get used to maybe just moving to the root and third, right? That kind of thing. Get used to things like moving your root again at the octave. Yeah, stuff like that. You can also use the fifth there, or like if we think about like some of this metal riffage kind of stuff that you might do on guitar, you can do it on here too, right? I come from the metal school more of, I really modeled myself after Burton a lot when I was first learning to play. What I picked up a lot from him too was this, instead of kind of laying back on the bass in metal and just maybe playing halftime or something, or like the guitars might be like going real fast kind of thing, and then you might be just kind of going along with it. One of the things I picked up from Burton was this idea of like going just as fast as the guitar is going, right? Getting in there with it. Getting a little junky there and just messing around, but just having fun. But just hopefully this gives you some ideas to work on. Again, know your scales, that kind of thing, know your triads. This will teach you how to move around in scale on the entire fretboard, which is important to be able to do. And it teaches you how to move around and do more than just like follow the root note and that kind of thing. So, play around with different things, like whether you're getting syncopated or melodic or whatever, and just like, see what you can do with all these things. Our bass playing 101 is like follow the root note, right? And then maybe start to add a fill, like at the end of the measure or whatever it is, that kind of thing. So then if you're doing a chord progression, you usually just kind of follow the root note and then like add your fills as it's going to add just that little bit of flavor. But you start to think about like, well, what else could I do if we're going like say A to C to G to instead of just playing. And just doing like basic fill work there, it's like, okay, well, what else can we do? So like A minor, I could maybe start getting something melodic going there, or anywhere I can do it. Right, get my C, my G, or maybe I want to do a triad, my D, right? And you can strum these kind of things too. Right? In my experience, when you're playing bass, if you're strumming too much here on the low end, it's hard to get it to sound nice and clear when you're real loud and you're in a band setting and all that. Especially you got distorted guitars and stuff like that. But like when you're on the higher ends, then you can really do that kind of thing. So you can slap that. You can even just like basses. You can do this kind of stuff, right? You can do your buildings like that. Strum out your bass and stuff like that. Make it melodic, a little more syncopated feel by just playing one at a time. All right, I'm gonna leave you on that note. Have fun. Hopefully you got something good out of that. Peace.